Now we've learned how to use the table editor to make changes. I want to take a look at another way that you can make changes to the geometry directly by just selecting it and using a right click. So let's first select the geometry and let's take a look at the dynamic text. So again, you're going to see that some of the dynamic text will be available for you to edit. So any of the text that appears in orange, we can directly edit the dynamic text in the input fields. But then there's other dynamic text here that we can't directly edit that shows up in gray. Okay, now you may need to change these values at some point, so how do we do that? Well, when this geometry was originally created, it was created using just individual pieces. We created individual vertical geometric elements and then we complexed them together. Okay, so if I go back here and we select this, this is all one alignment right now. So to edit any piece of geometry that shows up in gray, all we need to do is edit the base element. So to get to the base element, all we have to do is hover our cursor over the element and then do a right click. And then now the dynamic text will become available to you to edit. So now if we want to edit this slope, for example, we want to change this to minus 0.8, we can simply select it, key in minus 0.8%, and then that will make the adjustment to the base geometry, and then ultimately the vertical alignment will also adjust. So again, this all is a function of the rules and relationships that get built when you complex the individual elements together. So sometimes you have to get to the base elements to make a change. So a way to do that is just, again, select the geometry, hover over it, do a right click, and then it'll take you to the base element, and you can make your modifications there. Okay, now we've got our vertical adjusted. There's going to be one last thing that I want to do here to complete the vertical alignment. So I'm going to go over here to the intersection of River Road where it meets the mountain highway, where we created our initial geometry when we first started. And you'll recall that when we created the vertical geometry, we created it starting off the edge of pavement point here and then moving this direction. Well, now what we want to do is we decided that we want to include this original tangent line that we created between our 2 points there. We want that to actually be part of our vertical alignment now. So to add this piece of geometry to our vertical alignment, all we have to do is go up to the Append tool. So we're going to go up to the Append Profile Element tool here, and we can locate our vertical alignment for River Road, and then select that initial tangent line that we created previously between those 2 points, and then that will add that to our vertical geometry for River Road. So that's a good tool to use for when you need to extend the vertical alignment with an additional piece of geometry.